Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel. Uncle Dan's best bets for week 5. New open, same great picks. And how about those picks last week?
Think I got my swagger back.
I love it. Come on.
Yeah, I'm a pretty good player, so I don't know. just knocked it out the yard.
Hey there. Is there a project you're working on?
I know more than you.
All right.
Did you see that look? Michael indicating he can't believe it.
And just let us know that, hey, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling good. It's my game.
Go. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Me? Okay. Go. Oh, yeah. Nice. We're going to calm down later. I'm doing it. Oh, yeah. That's it.
Yeah, 7-2 last week. One of our best weeks we've ever had in Uncle Dan's best bets history. Kicking myself for the fact that I took Daniel Jones in primetime. That guy turns into a pumpkin. I should have known better, but still, like, comment, and subscribe. As you can probably tell, nursing a cold. That's why these picks are coming out a little later. But nonetheless, appreciate it as always. I know somebody commented in, they won like a $300 parlay off my picks last week. That is why I do it. I told you to hold your nose with the Titans and the Texans, and it worked. Now we are 18-12-1 on the season. Again, apologies for the voice as I'm sipping a little tea from the Dan is Right mug. You can get that at the BuffaloPlusStore.com. 7-2 last week, 18-12-1 now on the season. But hey, you are only as good as your last week, so we move forward. I'm going to do this quickly again. Voice not great. As you guys know, Mike and Jenna are killing the coverage in London, so I have been stuck talking to myself quite a bit. But again, I got 9 more plays this week, 9 last week, 9 more this one. Let's try and get 8 winners this time around. We will start with London, the Bills game, right away. What you want to know? I will take Gabe Davis over 39.5 receiving yards. I love the way this offense is playing. They actually have an identity for once, which is Josh Allen under center, play action, Ken Dorsey pressing all the right buttons. Stephon Diggs, his over, which we've already hit twice this year, is at like 83.5 receiving yards. It continues to climb. I don't see a ton of value there. Gabe caught all 3 passes thrown his way for over 63 yards last week. I think this offense is figuring it out, knowing what Gabe does well. He's kind of this down the field chunk play guy. So I think he can get this in 1 or 2 catches, maybe 4 or 5. He's becoming more consistent in this offense. I like it. I think there's value there at DraftKings. I think it's minus 120. Gabe Davis over 39.5 receiving yards. I will also take the Bills in this one. I'm a little worried about a possible letdown spot coming off the Dolphins game, but here's the thing. I think the Bills have a massive advantage in travel. Hear me out for a second. The Jags stayed in London all week, and I think that's a disadvantage. Players, especially football players, they like their routines, okay? And I know the Bills are going to have to fight jet lag and all of those things. Josh Allen says he loves coffee now, but I think that the Jags are thrown off their schedule by staying in London. It's not what they're used to. They didn't practice at their facility all week. Everything's new. I think that gives the Bills an advantage. And the other thing, too, is Josh Allen has won 59 games in his career. 45 of them have been by 7 points or more. If you like the Bills, when they win, more often than not, it's a blowout win. They have blown out their last 3 teams by at least their average margin of victory. The last 3 games has been 30 points. I just think they keep the train rolling. I don't think they have a letdown spot. They know that this Jags team likes to ugly up games. I was there in Jacksonville back in 2021. I still think they're going to win that game, but I don't think they take this team lightly. I think they go in and get the win. All right, now we move to the rest of the slate. I got 7 more games, including my best bet 2-unit play. We'll roll through them real quick. I bet against the Falcons last week with the Jags in London. I will now bet on the Falcons in this one. Minus 1.5 against the Texans. Here's why. Texans are just playing so well. I bet them last week. I told you, hold your nose. Now everybody loves the Texans. They're this beautiful, darling team. In the NFL, you're either humbled or about to be humbled. CJ Stroud, offensive rookie of the year, all of these things. Texans could win the division. pump the brakes real quick. They are still banged up and have some injuries. I just think this is a time where the Falcons, coming off a bad loss in London, get right. At home, give me the Falcons -1.5. Next play, ugly, something I don't usually like to do. Give me Tennessee and the Fighting Mike Vrabels -2.5 at Indy. I don't like to bet Mike Vrabel as a favorite, but we bet him as an underdog last week. I told you to take him against the Bengals. They knocked the socks off him. They got back to what they do. The Colts are coming off back-to-back overtime games, especially an overtime loss that was kind of deflating against the Rams. They changed up their practice schedule. They didn't do a padded practice, I don't believe, this week because of just the wear and tear on their bodies. I think that Tennessee can lean on them. Derrick Henry got going last week. This isn't a game that you don't want to see the Titans and Derrick Henry in a physical style of game after the fact that you just played back-to-back overtime games. The Titans 5-0 straight up and against the spread. Their last 5 against the Colts. They just seem to have their number. Colts will be without their starting middle linebacker and without their edge rusher and Kwity Paye. I don't love this, but again, back-to-back overtime games, physical game, Tennessee will bring. I like the Titans -2.5. Hold your nose play. I don't know if you've heard this before. Throw the record books out the window when the Steelers and Ravens play. Give me Pittsburgh +4.5. And here's why. When these two teams meet up, throw the record books out, all these things. You just bet the underdog. Bet the underdog, don't watch the game. It's not going to be a pretty game, but how about this for you? In the last 20 years, the underdog in the Ravens-Steelers rivalry, 28-12-3 against the spread. Since 2015, the underdog, 15-1-1. You're getting Mike Tomlin coming off an embarrassing loss. I know the team stinks. I understand all of these things. But these games are always played by 3 points or less. I can get 4.5. I think that's good enough value. I can live with betting on Mike Vrabel as a home underdog and losing money. I just can do it. I will do it here again. I think this game is close enough. I will take the points. I also want lots of points. Unders have been hitting a lot, but I like the Eagles, Rams over. It's at 50.5. Eagles, I think, can run the ball and do whatever they want against a Rams defense. And I think the Eagles secondary can be exposed by Matt Stafford, Cooper Kupp coming back, and Puka Nacua playing really, really well. Rams have been the surprise team so far this season. I like the way they're playing. I like a lot of points in LA. Fast turf at SoFi. Points. Life's too short to bet the over there. 2 more plays for you before my best bet. How about a Jets play? Yeah, how gross is this for you? How about the Jets team total over 20.5? I think Zach Wilson played phenomenal against the Chiefs. I think he got a little swagger. I think confidence is a hell of a drug. And I think he realized that when he's not terrified to make passes, I think Zach Wilson can put up some points. On top of that, Denver's defense stinks. They're just not a good defense. We saw that they gave up 70 points to the Dolphins, which now doesn't look as impressive for Miami's sake. Also, throw in the caveat too. Breece Hall now is no longer on a pitch count. I like that for the Jets offense, as well as this is the Sean Payton, Nathaniel Hackett rivalry, whatever Sean Payton said over the offseason about how Nathaniel Hackett was a bad coach here in Denver. I think Hackett dials something up. I think Zach Wilson's confident. I think the Jets actually like the way they're playing. I don't know if they win the game. I think the defense is starting to feel some wear and tear of trying to carry this team. I think Zach Wilson, if you're ever going to bet on Zach Wilson, it's this game. So I don't know who wins it, but I think Zach Wilson can put up some point. Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, again, no pitch count. I like the offense here in this one. Give me the Jets team total over 20.5. Sunday night, here's a play for you. Don't think, just throw. Niners are really good, right? Yeah. Give me the Niners -4.5. I will take the home team that seems to cover every single game at home. Brock Purdy and the Niners seem to do that. I want to bet the over here, but primetime unders, be wary. They're hitting at like 80% recently. So I would be wary of the over in this game. The Niners should be really good. Cowboys, I'm not sure about. Niners should win this game. They're at home. I think they're better up front. On both sides of the ball. Don't think, just throw. 49ers. And finally, my favorite 2-unit best bet play of the week. I bet against them last week. I was right. I will bet now with them. Bengals -3. It's not fair to say the Bengals Super Bowl, but man, this is the Bengals season right here in week 5. Joe Burrow was asked if this is a must-win game, and he said yes. I think you will see a very focused. This is still a Bengals team that has aspirations of playing late into the season, but they will not get that chance if they go 1-4. They just won't. I know Burrow's banged up. I know T. Higgins is banged up. I know the Bengals offensive line stinks. They got embarrassed by Tennessee at home. You got to bounce back. You got to bounce back. I'm betting on Joe Burrow, who's usually a great quarterback against the spread. You can't lose this game, Joe Burrow, to Josh Dobbs. And I know Arizona has been frisky, especially defensively, but here's the other thing too. The other thing I like about this game for the Bengals, the Cardinals are coming off playing the 49ers. Physical game. Teams that usually come and play after playing the Ravens, Steelers, Niners, Eagles, they're banged up the following week. I like Joe Burrow and the Bengals to get a much, much, much needed win. This is a case of hungry dog runs faster. Give me Joe Burrow. I'll lay the 3 points on the road. For Burrow, this is his Super Bowl this early in the season. That's the 9 plays. Appreciate it as always. Usually I run them down. Voice can't hang. Can't do that this week. But again, like, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate it. Take some picks. Best of luck. Comment in with your favorite play of the week. Get yourself a Dan is right mug. Appreciate the support as always. Smash that subscribe button. Next stop, 100,000 subscribers. We appreciate it as always. Best of luck this week with all your plays. We'll catch you next time here on Uncle Dan's Best Bets.